Right.
Welcome to Off the Stage podcast.
You can kind of hear that, can't you?
Well, I can because I'm there.
Oh, right.
The guys not a clue what's going on.
Anyway, welcome to Off the Stage podcast. It's the show where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world. We're back in the ship ISIS. I'm James Berry, this is Conor Michael, and today we are joined by High Tide.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. How you all doing?
Yeah, alright.
Cool. First question: what are you drinking?
About the people getting water from Great Britain.
Well, we were rating the taste of it, so it's a bit questionable, but tap water.
Okay, yeah.
It's alright.
Council pot. Good.
Yeah.
Come on, Jacob.
God's Reg Nectar.
Damn right.
I've gone for, it's called Hey Jude. I've never seen it in my life, and I just saw it and I thought,
Oh,
yeah,
it's like a hazy thingy, but
it's quite nice.
it's by Vaux. We were just down the road. It's nice.
Yeah.
Love them.
And I'm driving, unfortunately, so I've just got a Coke.
That's fair enough. We've gone back to a classics of a Guinness and a Fruity.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a mystery drink.
Yeah, but to be fair, like I just smelled it and I knew it was a really so.
Straightforward. Yeah, just wait for it down that.
Ah, fucking hell, I needed that. Drove back to Fife last night from Fife. Got in at like 4:30. It's absolutely flipping nightmare.
How far away is that?
It's like north of Edinburgh, so it's
Oh, Jesus.
about 3.5 hours. So yeah,
It's not a wedding gig.
it was a wedding gig. See, it was. No, I shouldn't say anything because I don't want to upset people.
That's always the best thing to do. So yeah, we're sorry we've been quite. Normally for viewers don't get to see behind the scenes. We always set up and try not to engage in too much conversation because then we can just chat on the pod.
Yeah.
So we do apologise that it's just been awkward silence and me and James going, well, this microphone doesn't work. This cable's broken. Oh, we're not in shot now. So welcome to the podcast, guys. A bit of an introduction. Who are you? What do you do in the band?
Start from outside.
I'm Thomas, I play the keyboard, and I'm the newest member and the youngest member as well. I've been here for like 3-4 months now?
So like February.
Something like
February?
that,
How long ago?
4 months.
It's about 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. There you
Just
go.
July now, isn't it? 4 months.
I'm Tom, I'm the drummer, and I'm the second newest member for the band.
We put this in the right order.
Saying that is when you're from day
Yeah.
one. I'm Jacob. I've been in the band the longest. I'm the lead singer and bassist.
Sorry, bass player, did you say?
Bass player and lead singer.
Mint.
Cool, nice one.
I'm Oliver, joint longest in the band. I sing sometimes and then play guitar.
Cool.
I'm Alfie, and I play guitar and do some backing vocals every so often. I'm not talking about the time.
Fair enough. No, that's cool. I was listening to you guys' music on Spotify earlier, and at first kind of listen. Occasionally, you get a bit of like a Katina's Arctic Monkey kind of sound out of it, but when you listen to the vocals, it becomes very Beatles based, which isn't a bad thing. Don't want anybody to think that's.
I was gonna say, yeah, you sound a bit like the Beatles. I mean, no offense.
But like when people are like, oh, you sound like such and such, you're like, all right, cool. And you don't always want to hear that. But yeah, like down to the harmonies and stuff. And then I turned up last, and when I heard you playing with the 12-string guitars and the harmonies you had there, I was like, I think that might be an influence.
just a little bit.
Going into that, what kind of got you into music?
Beatles.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Two now.
I was going to say you did that last week as well. You got a spot on. It's like,
I love the Beatles, and at the minute I'm really inspired by the Doors as well with keyboard because Raymond's Rex is just unbelievable. So good.
I still can't believe he was like the bass player and the keyboard player.
Yeah.
Do you ever see like his solos?
Yeah, just
he's
his left
still
hand.
got the just dexterity is just like.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I've never been under the keys. I can just like musical instruments. Being able to like press the odd.
I dabbled in it, but it was just like I never really got
It was easy
too
to learn
far.
mandolin and banjo.
Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
Yeah.
Same, Beatles.
Yeah?
Yes. Just pretty much all my life, really.
Yeah, proper Ringo Starr.
What era of the Beatles? That's a question not many people ask.
Now we're getting the good question.
1965.
Just leave them to you.
Rubber Soul.
yeah.
Rubber Soul.
Do we need beer?
That was
You know about my opinion on Rubber Soul, don't you?
I think everyone in Flares knows about your opinion on
1
Rubber
o'clock in the
Soul.
morning. He was just stood in the toilet or something, and he was like, "I've just tried to talk to someone and like convince them how Rubber Soul's the best album ever made."
In Pop World in Borough.
He came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about Rubber Soul.
He was in the band for like 2 weeks at this point as well. So we really do.
Yeah, Pop World and Borough is not probably the right clientele.
No. I realised that quite quickly.
Rubber Soul was one of those albums where it was like it was the first one that kind of divulged from just the really super like poppy stuff to like they had some really like serious riffs and like they all like I don't know they changed the sound almost overnight. It felt
that's what I think. It's like the best of both worlds, sort of. Like,
I think
the gateway album. To the
it was like one of the first commercial albums. He was like music concrete and everything. So like recording like trains going over rails and stuff like that and making it into music.
Yeah.
It's like it inspired loads of people to do loads of things.
Yeah.
It's like Pet Sounds. It's inspired by
Yeah.
that thing.
Class album, that,
Yeah.
It was I'm sure it was a song on Sgt. Pepper's where George Harrison's like I did this funny thing up, you know, the one this where he's got the dog whistle. So it's like only dogs can hear it.
Oh yeah.
But they must be deaf because everybody can hear the dog whistle because it's so loud. And he's like, I've done this like really smart thing, but no, George, everybody can hear the dog whistle. He must have been too polite to say, then they should turn the dog whistle. No, I want the dogs to hear the dog whistle. I can't hear the dog whistle. Everyone else can, George. You're deaf.
They're always good at like experimental stuff though, Beatles.
Yeah. That's
Definitely one of the gateways into that, realistically. But would you say these are all Beatles inspired? Was there any like specific difference?
I think I take a lot of my inspiration from Brian May.
Okay.
A lot of like my early on, it was a lot of like my vocals on my bass line was very guitar based because I used to be a guitarist. I'm a bassist out of necessity.
Not they all.
So I taught him how to play guitar and he became better than me, and I'll forever hate him for that. But yeah, so a lot of my bass lines early on ended up sounding a bit like lead guitar parts.
Sometimes I think that helps with like writing and stuff. If you've got a bass, if you're guitar minded playing a bass guitar, you do get these cool like little licks.
It is if you're good.
Yeah.
I remember I did a covers gig for a band I was in, and a bass player couldn't make it, and neither could the lead guitarist, so it was me and the drummer, and James stepped in as the bass player, but he played it like a lead guitar. And I remember looking at James like, I could sack both the bass players and the guitarist at this point, just have you do the two roles.
Well, that's what we have
Trillions, wasn't it? No, not Trillions. Tremors Arms.
Something like that. But we was always we were like a 3-piece. So when the guitarist had a solo, like I needed something to fill, so I always used to just do like guitar chords on the bass guitar. It's a little party trick.
But yeah,
sounded cool.
But then for me, I've been around it my whole life, and I just got more into it as I got older.
Yeah.
And then really got into like the 60s kind of music, guitar music, and the old blues guys and everything.
Yeah.
Just really got into it when I started learning guitar. I'd say them, and then the Beatles. I think all just kind of follows on.
Kind of
You just
pretty
get
much
into the
links
rabbit
into
hole
the
and
60s.
everything goes.
That's it, but everything kind of comes back to certain eras. Like at the minute, my most favourite song of all time, because it changes as musicians, you know. We get asked, play your favourite song, I haven't got one. At the minute, my favourite song of all time is Suspicious Minds by Elvis.
Oh, that's class.
That'll change in a month, but at the minute I'm like, that's the song I'm putting on my gigs, I'm having that. The absolute tune, whereas a couple of weeks ago it would have been like Fast Car. Like
Fast Car.
But yeah, you can never go wrong with going back to the old school stuff. Whereas you go to the current pop stuff, you're like, I don't think I can get into that as quickly as I can get back into that.
Yeah. I mean,
To be fair, I've been listening to Elvis a lot more. I was never really into it.
Yeah.
And I listened to, I know it's a bit boring, but I listened to like his all of his #1 albums. It was so good. It was so much better than I thought it was.
Yeah. But they're great to like revisit. I think sometimes when they remaster them as well, because I think what puts people off is that was recorded say 70 years ago. You're like, oh, this sounds
sometimes it is like,
whereas you get the remastered, you go, that's that. Yeah. It makes it a lot better. Yeah. We'll finish the far end.
Well, I do love the Beatles. Always listen to them, but they're not really an influence in my kind of songwriting. Not to be that guy. But I love like sort of inspired more by like 90s kind of all the sounds from there, like from like grunge, like super Britpop and things like that. I just love like all of that kind of stuff. But obviously most of that does come back to the earlier styles.
Yeah, because
Thomas
their
is up his 91
influences come
for
from that. That's how that kind of works, isn't it?
But but stuff like that's always inspired me. But when it comes to songwriting, it's always stuff like Bob Dylan, and you never know. That's all I talk about. Is Bob Dylan.
You two are going to have a great podcast today.
But that's like, I can just sit and listen to him for ages. I'll stop listening and I'll be like, I don't know, you just go and write something and you're like, that's pretty cool. But
He's the whole reason I was ever like properly into music was because of Bob Dylan, just like writing songs.
That's the whole reason I started writing anything when I first started listening to him. And when I started singing as well, I was like, Bob Dylan is voice, I love him, but some people kind of hate his voice a bit. So it's like, if Bob Dylan can get away with it, I might be able to
that's
sing
exactly
it a
what
little
I
bit as well.
thought. The song really got us into like properly being a full-on singer. When he did Like a Rolling Stone live at the Albert Hall,
really,
1966, because he just blared it out, and it was punk as fuck before punk was even a thing.
Class, I love it.
Someone in the crowd shouted Judas at him, and he's like, "Play it fucking loud!" And he just like, because it was mental. It was a time, so it was a thing. Like, there's a bit of history lesson about Bob Dylan. So he was like a folk king. He was like protest songs, and it was like proper like king of the folk music scene and stuff like that. But he never wanted to really be a folk singer. He always wanted to be like Elvis. So he went electric. He plugged in. He got a band and stuff. Yeah. And the people he showcased that first at Newport Folk Festival, which is all the folkies hated it. But but the kids loved it. The traditional people who kind of like had like years kind of loving Bob Dylan, I think he was out for like 5 years since then, and he became like electric. People hated him for it. So he used to do these shows where the first part of it was just him playing acoustic, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is lovely." But like the older people loved it. Half the audience was old, half the audience was young. So the younger audience hated it. But then when he started doing the electric stuff, the second half, all the young people loved it, and the old people were like, "Boo! Get off!" It was just
that's cool.
It's mental. But people literally they bought tickets to Dylan just to fucking boo him. That's honestly
ticket sale.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it.
So obviously you were saying you're the newest member to the band.
Yeah.
Now, how long has the band been going as a whole?
Just over 2
years.
years.
Yeah, just over 2.
A few months over,
What would you say your biggest accomplishment is so far?
What? We haven't played it yet, have we?
No, we've had a song played at that.
Oh yeah, we've had a song played at the
That would have been a big
Stadium.
achievement. Outside Stadium. James Arthur supported them.
We tried, didn't we? Tried for
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
James
we
Arthur
applied
thing,
for it.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so did millions.
I was going to say, sort of like everyone else in Teesside could play guitar.
No.
Spilt milk.
Spilt milk.
Yeah.
Like
They're all-
3 brothers, aren't there?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
My mum knows my mum works with the mum.
One works at Riverside.
Like my mum works with their mum.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, they're in a band." I was like, "Oh, like Spilt Milk." I was like, "Is that them?" I was like,
Podcast.
No,
Talk about them a lot without having them
I think
on.
a lot of people mention them. We've never actually had them on.
We'll get you
They've
guys
got
on.
my they've got my dream keyboard as well. It
Yeah.
annoys me every time I see them. Nod Electro. It's the only keyboard I want, and it costs a lot. And everyone else who I see playing live, every other local band who have a keyboard, it's always an Nod Electro. I always send it in the group when I see it on like Instagram. Everyone but me has one.
when he
Start
goes to
saving
see
up
something.
there.
One more month, Thomas.
Yeah.
It's been sent off for 6.
Save it up.
Yeah. So when you say it's been played at Riverside, is that like
it was
football games, like the pre-match?
Yeah, it was half time at Easter Monday, so it was like sold out Riverside.
Yeah.
It was really, really weird.
It's quite cool to hear on the.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
quite cool.
That's been. Are any of you Middlesbrough fans?
Yeah. Me and
Me and Thomas.
yeah.
That's cool.
Who do you support?
Well, yeah, I think everyone just has different opinions, like their favourite moment of the full band, like
Yeah.
the proudest moment. Mine was probably playing our first gig, because I'm from Hartlepool, sort of like playing our first gig there. It just felt like there'll only been about like 20, 30 people, if that. There.
Nah, the studio. There was a few more. Yeah, it was quite a few people there.
But like it just felt like there was loads. It just felt like it was the biggest thing ever because I've always like it was my first gig and my first like hometown. It was class.
That's man. It's always something that like sticks with you.
Yeah.
But it's also weird because it's that scenario there of where you're like, oh, there was like 20, 30 people is what you remember. But then everyone else, no, there was like 106. Like, like I've done it before. I did Clooney a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, it looked like there was 10, 20 people. I was like, it was pretty much full. Everyone in the crowd was like, there's so much more than that. So to me, I can just remember the first. But yeah, it's one of them. It's a weird, like, what's it called? It's a weird kind of vision that you get from the stage. You don't kind of get to see the full grasp of it. But it's still like a memory.
You just focus on like 2 or 3 people, so you don't lose track of lose track of yourself during the gig.
Yeah.
You just end up staring at random people.
Which song was it that was played on?
Hold On To Me was the most recent one we got out in March, and it's because his granddad used to play for Middlesbrough.
Oh right.
So
who's your granddad?
He's called Terry Cotterill.
I'm not really going to know much Middlesbrough history.
No, I don't think many people.
It's like the 80s, 70s, 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he was just having a chat with him, and then Gary Phillipson, BBC Tees.
Yeah, some BBC Tees guy. Like, he said, "Oh, just give him a message and mention that you're in a band," and then they just said, "We'll put it on at a match." So I'm not going to say no.
Not the slightest.
So, no, it was class. It was really good.
Brilliant.
So obviously we were both there as well.
Yeah, I think I had my mum filming. Because we were like, oh, just put it on the band story, we'll milk this for ages. And my mum, like halfway through the video, just turns to the person behind us. It's his song.
it's thinking, isn't it? Like, it's a good achievement.
I'd love one of my songs to be played at the stadium.
I've had mine on a few times.
Yeah.
But it's never like the heart. Like I'm an Aston Villa fan, and mine's in the when everyone's walking at the stadium, nobody's actually listening to it. Yeah. Mine's in that playlist that just gets like circled around.
Right, nice.
That's quite cool.
Nobody's that I know of heard it and be like, oh, your song's on. I've just been told it's in the playlist. I'm just taking it for it. But no, the halftime thing is pretty cool, especially when you know people are listening to it.
Well, a few of my mates go on and said, "Is this your song?" At the end of the match.
That's fantastic.
It's quite cool too.
Yeah, man.
I think it was a bit special because it was like it was a big match as well. It was Sheffield Wednesday, but it was like Easter Monday.
Yeah.
So it was like, what else are you going to do if you're a football fan?
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, there's actually just going to be people there listening. It was a bit surreal.
Yeah, that's mint.
It worked. It was our best.
Oh yeah, it did really well.
So that's like your best achievement. What's the best gig you think you've done as a band?
I haven't done too many, have I? How many have I done?
3.
4 or 5?
No, you've done 3.
3. I've done more than 3.
You
He
were
did.
just a different band.
Did Bunker did Bunker NA in Cafe Edge?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah. I was counting that social club one we did.
Oh yeah, we did
Yeah,
some of them, haven't we?
Oh no, we're not
that's
counting
not a
that.
gig.
That was like
Take it away from you there.
it was your someone that your mum knew.
He was
It was like a charity gig at
It was
Bellevue.
literally 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean my favourite is probably the NE one we did.
Is that any volume?
Yeah. I think it was my second gig, and the first gig I didn't have a sustain pedal on my keyboard, so I sounded awful, and it was just like embarrassing. And that was the first one. I did okay, but it was just, I don't know, just
You were
not as
awkward.
good without a pedal. Yeah.
Did okay.
Yeah.
But NE was the first one I had like with a pedal, and I just loved it as well. It was my first like proper gig where I'd gone through all the songs a lot more years.
Yeah.
And it was just, I loved it. It was mint.
He's probably got the book for it now, like every week. Oh,
Yeah.
can we try and get a gig here? Do this, do that.
Yeah.
Do you not think we're trying to message him?
Yeah, it's off the battle.
Yeah.
I think
I'm still trying to think of it.
same. It's for me. It's between one of the Georgian ones or Q-Bar that we did last year.
Cuba was kind of like...
Q-Bar was really good.
Man.
But because it was like our first gig on like a proper like actual known stage. Because it's like as soon as I found out Arctic Monkeys played there, I was just like,
Oh yeah,
whoa.
was it? Yeah.
But it was before I was born, like, but
It's still like
which still it
happens.
feels
Still-
weird to
yeah.
say. But yeah, it was good. It's like the best sound we've had on stage. I think looking back at loads of videos, it's the best lighting.
Oh,
that we've had.
yeah,
It makes
makes
so much difference.
Yeah.
Like, but you don't really notice it until you've had really good lighting.
Georgians.
I was about to say, everyone's wrong. The Georgian for gathering sounds was class.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
Georgians
really
do
the
enjoy
best.
the Georgian.
I think I'm still just gonna have to say first studio gig. Like I was saying, it just felt amazing.
Yeah.
Because it took a lot longer for us to get the Hartlepool and like Stockton and stuff like
Yeah.
closer. Like our first gig was in
It
Billingham.
was actually just a bit of a trek.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just whatever every second. I loved it.
You're welcome.
Cool. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with part 2. We've got a few more questions for yourselves. And yeah, we'll see you there.
See you in a bit.
But well,
Cool.
Okay. And welcome back to side 2, where we are joined by High Tide.
Guys.
So just generic questions we're going to give quick fire for you. If you could support a local artist, who would you want to be supporting?
You can go first.
I think I'm with you. Providence would.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah, Providence would be a good gig.
We've played with them before. With
Played Gathering Sounds, but like if it was a proper,
just
three band gig, I would support Providence.
I'm mates with the guitarist and Providence, and I like their music. They make very good songs.
This is the thing as well. I haven't really been involved in it long enough to know like
That makes sense,
who
yeah.
I like and don't like yet. Like, I'm still I don't think personally.
Do you
I
know
mean,
any
That's
music
what you're
like
saying.
it?
no.
Okay.
I think it takes a while though to like. You play with enough bands and stuff, and
Yeah.
you do find bands that you like. You think, oh, actually, I really like them. Or
Yeah,
you
that's
really-
what I mean.
it just takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like you can't force it, so to speak. You've got to like if there's a band that you really like, you've got to like them because you're gone to see them, and usually you go and see a band if you're on the bill with them, which is
Yeah.
Do you know what I would like to if we could? The one that me and Jacob went to see in Stockton, it was Michael Gallagher, wasn't it?
Oh, Michael.
He was
oh,
like,
that, yeah,
he's
I'd
really, really
like
good.
Yeah,
that.
that would just be a give up.
Yeah.
That would be excellent.
We tried to get on that though, didn't we?
I think so.
Messaged him.
I can't remember.
No, I hadn't. I
That's all you
didn't.
got to do though, innit? Just message.
Yeah.
Message venues and
Yeah.
promoters.
I'd
I
never
wouldn't say
listened to him
it's no,
before, and he just asked me what the blue do you want to come to this gig with me, and I went, I loved
I thought
it.
you.
Yeah.
Cheers. No, I really like him now.
Yeah, that's cool. But it's the best thing to do though is if you've got nothing on, get down to a local gig.
Yeah, definitely.
We struggle because we gig non-stop at the minute. It's like a full-time job, but our input to the networking community is podcast. This Monday night is our way of doing it.
Yeah.
But the local gigs I went to have been pretty good so far. Like you come by, like their songs are in the playlist now, and like you constantly get hooked in, and it's a cool thing to go to a local show and understand it's not a local show, it's a show. That's the best thing to come out of it.
Yeah, because there's some shows I've been to where it's just like the band's being okay and stuff, and you not mind it. But if you go to like a local show and you generally enjoy yourself, you think, you know what, I'll have some more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get properly into the scene. You can save yourself a fortune on not spending like 50 quid for it, because the known acts now, like you're spending a fortune on ticket sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you find a local band that you really like, just kind of find out whenever they're playing and just go and see them. Cause
Well, I said, I was looking at Foo Fighter tickets, and that was like 300 quid to go.
yeah, it's
The Paul McCartney ones were mental as well for December. They were like the ones after the pre-sale were all like 400, 500 quid, and it's just mental.
Yeah.
Like it was my dream to see him, but it's just too much, innit?
Well, that's it, and it's sometimes the price that I'll put you. Whereas I'm off to see James's gig on Saturday, that's like $7.50 a ticket. I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
I nearly drunkenly bought 2 tickets to Tramlines last night, and I had that. Luckily, I was stopped, but I nearly like wasted half my wages last night because I just really want to go see Paul on the TV.
Yeah. Sometimes it's worth it though.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to do it now.
Yeah.
You
Couple
just,
more
you
pints
just
in.
regret it now, yeah. That's why you've got a few more pints for you, just in case.
Prepped up.
Wasting me Paulo fun, but
Yeah. But yeah, so you've got 3 songs on Spotify, unless I've missed any.
Sandwich check there was 3.
Have you got anything else recorded or ready to go, or are you just writing before you get in the studio?
When's this out?
16th of July.
Alright, so it'll be out.
Also, be
It's alright.
after
Is that when does it come out?
12.
12th?
Meant to be 60s. Like, don't hold us to this.
So when it's
You've just seen how
Hopefully.
organised we are.
So by the time it's out, we'll have 4 on Spotify.
Yeah, we'll have,
Cool.
we'll have,
Okay,
we'll have. We've got another single, which is the one that we'll be playing
Yeah.
today. That'll be out on the 12th of July,
When's the last time you released a song?
March.
Okay, so you've got quite a good, like, because that's what I've been saying, Jay. If you release songs every 6 to 8 weeks is ideal.
Yeah, I think the one before that was Talk to Me, which was last June. It's literally yesterday celebrated its
Yeah.
birthday.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But no, I think the good thing about, obviously, I'm coming into all this very new, but the good thing, we've got so much like build on at the minute. We've got like so many ideas and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah.
Like,
We just need to actually
Get
record.
yeah, it's just actually getting it done.
Yeah.
That's the hard
Yeah,
bit.
it's
It's
hard,
getting
man.
together.
Right,
It's
some
organisation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Here's a good question. This could be a running question. So me and Connor, we're starting to think about. Well, we cover other artists' songs when we play live, just like local artists, kind of thing, just as a kind of thing to support. But hopefully, further down the line, we kind of want to try and like collab with other artists that are kind of similar to us, just to kind of just so it's something else to kind of I'll push out to my 2 fans. He'll push out to his fans, and it'll kind of like it builds up a
We've got the same
community.
2 fans, you know.
Yeah, I know, do I?
Alan and Rich.
Yeah.
Like I said.
But the question would be, if you could find a local band to collab with, who would you love to like collab, like write a song with, kind of thing, and record?
Who would tackle this
Because
one?
the question would be just kind of like, who do you think kind of sounds? What sounds could you get that think you would be like pretty cool to like mix and match with? It's probably a hard question, but like
That is tough.
That's like a first half question. That one.
yeah.
I would go with Stockholm band.
They are right.
I
They
quite
are
like
actually
their
really
music.
good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
I think I'll go to uni with a guitarist, drummer. Well, used to go to uni with him. One of the other guitarists. Band called Stockholm. Really good. It's like post-punky,
Yeah.
bit psychedelic. But I've sat in a couple of their practice sessions and had a bit of a jam with them. They are really talented musicians.
Yeah.
And it would be really interesting to actually like write a song together.
Yeah.
We could, well, stop.
No, you knew that.
Because I know.
Yeah.
I absolutely, I love the kind of style they're going for. I'd love to sort of
Oh, shit, we
venture
played a
more.
gig with them, didn't we? I'm a bit,
Yeah.
yeah, never
I'd love to
mind.
venture into more of that
My
kind
short-term memory loss is kicking.
Yeah.
If we were answering this question, the projects I've got at the minute is the EP's out, the next one's about to come out, the album is out next year, and I want to finish next year with a collab EP. And I've got 4. I've not asked anybody to collab with us yet, but I've got 4 ideas on who I want that EP to be part of. Everyone is expecting me and James to be part of a collab song, so it makes sense to get one done.
Yeah.
So we've done the podcast, we gig a lot together. There's I don't know if you know much about my music. I'm a solo loop pedalist, so it's like one-man band kind of stuff.
I love stuff like that. So fun.
There's a fellow we've had on the podcast a couple of times called Fail to Ignite, and he's the same stuff, but pop punk, but it's loop pedal. So we've said it'd be pretty cool if we could figure some kind of collab out that way. There's a fella supporting me at Clooney, Harrison Rimmer.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's from Blackpool. Great lad. Like the songs. He'd be one of mine. And I want to, instead of just being all lads, I want a female vocalist on. So I had one with Lily Cook a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And that was alright. If she's not too big by then, Georgina Gale's one of the people I want to ask.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she'd be good.
I don't know if you've come across any of them names before. Probably Fail to Ignite because he's quite Middlesbrough
Yeah,
Stockton
I think
based.
we've
commented on some
he's
of that stuff.
yeah. I think we've
Yeah.
interacted with each other. But not like,
If you ever get a chance to go to his gig though, it's definitely
Yeah.
worth going to. I've just
See
covered
some
his
of
song
the
Sit Down on
Yeah.
TikTok.
it's quite interesting stuff. All that loop pedal.
Yeah.
So easy to organise practices.
Yeah, just turn up. Even then, I still turn up late.
It's the same with us.
Not a joke. Book myself in for 12, turn up at 20 past. Like, oh hi guys. What's that? If you can collab.
Well, I've already again, it's probably the same bloody people to be honest. I've already showed a song to Fail to Ignite because there's a song that I wrote that I thought he'd fit really well with. So he's taken that. Obviously, we're all busy and stuff, you know, so it's hard to get, but definitely him. Obviously you. There's already a song I was going to record and get you to do a few vocals for.
It's easy done.
It certainly is.
Totally right, Ethan.
Yeah. I'd like to think of like someone who'd be like a little bit different than what I do.
Like genre-wise, or
Yeah, genre-wise, just to keep things kind of interesting. Love to do a folky thing. Problem is, I'm in so many bands anyway. Like the collab would just be kind of like
your band.
yeah.
Shannon Field band.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's James anyway.
Pretty much, yeah. So I'd love to do like a collab with Shannon. To be fair, actually. But I don't know if that's like cheating because I'm in her band.
Yeah.
But just
you just get more lyrics.
yeah, that's it. You just like I just add a verse.
Yeah.
Just like yeah, something like that. Some folky thing with like violins and you know, harmonies and yeah.
That's cool. There's a band called Elizabeth Town. They do
Yeah,
that.
well, I was literally going to say this, but I'm in that band as well.
Yeah. But going on the recording side of things, where is it you guys record your music?
Middlesbrough College.
Yeah.
Oh, his house.
On my house, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a music producer, or do you just do it yourselves?
My dad.
We record it all ourselves
Yeah.
and then send it off to his dad.
All right. And assuming your dad's got like expertise in that.
Yeah,
He isn't just like, oh look,
Oh, no,
I'll
no,
do
no,
this.
no,
Ah,
He's
there you go.
doing music, like, it's all live doing gigs and stuff. He was in like Young Rebel set and
Cool.
things like that. So he mixed all their music, but he does like obviously producing for people all around the world and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but
That's handy to have, isn't it?
It's like
Worst people to be related
I
to.
don't have to pay him as well, so it's even better. I just shot a USB stick on his desk.
Perfect.
Like, do you wanna
Yeah.
make this
How did that get there?
The other musician in the band is pretty set, I imagine.
Yeah. No,
Cracking job, struck gold, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
We don't need a second guitarist, but that's cool. And obviously, like I say, you've got a single came out, and a single as we speak is coming out.
Yes.
Is it just singles? Is that going to be part of like an EP or an album or
I
a
think
project?
we're looking at sorting an EP.
We're
It's-
seeing what we've got and then we're gonna.
we
It's
do it, like-
actually getting like the groundwork done and getting into the studio
Yeah.
is the hard part.
Yeah, that's the thing, because all of us are just doing something.
So he just
We never-
messages every other day saying, "Oh lads, when we recording?" It's like just whenever.
Yeah.
No one
Practices it,
answers.
but if it's not messaging, oh, should we try and gig here? It's it was free to practice tomorrow or the day after or the day after.
It's
or the
good.
Day
It's
after.
just we're all
Which
busy.
yeah.
What you're doing on
Would
the
have been good
17th of November
2 years
next
ago.
year. I don't.
Do you know, funny enough, is the first time the five of us have actually got somewhere.
Since the last gig.
I
Yeah,
have to quickly record a song here just so they make the most
Yeah.
of it. You know?
Make most of
it's
the
a
time.
good idea.
Although to be fair, when we do the song at the end of this, take that as like your acoustic version, side B or whatever for any release. We've had a few people take the audio from the recordings here and put it on the Spotify as like a single release.
Just without talk.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'll just clap my hands or
In
something.
the background. Thanks.
Say man, get straws.
He gives them 2 straws and just
Do
take all
like
the glasses.
Des and just dance in front, just kind of.
Yes, yes. Gives me maracas. Gives me hat.
Yeah, just goes down well on Spotify that.
Yeah, aye.
It's on the
You
camera.
like the ropes.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I'll just do this. That's such a good idea.
So you said song coming out 12th of July, is that right?
Yeah.
What was that called again? Sorry, I've completely
Fly away.
Fly Away. Is that about anything specific, or do you just pick lyrics and go
Is it
run
about
with it?
anything specific?
Nothing like general specific, just whatever was inspiring me
Yeah.
at the time of writing it. Really.
Do you write all the songs, or is it collective?
It's a mix and match.
It just happened to be that song you
Not
wrote.
me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
All the heads in, so
He
just
doesn't write. He
anything.
doesn't write a lot of them, but he writes all the really good ones.
wow.
It's not a bad place.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know how to get them produced.
Yeah.
Everyone
Wow.
plays their part.
Well, I've just sort of started as well. I've never really done it before. I like doing it. It's just
He's a good songwriter, to be honest. Like every night he just says, "Oh, I've wrote this," and then the next night, "Oh, I've wrote this as well."
Sends an email, it's just a little garage band
No.
file.
Like a 10-minute voice note of just all
Yeah.
these songs. You,
'Cause I've got
you
no-
can just straight away.
I've got no music software or anything. I don't even have a computer, to be honest. So I do it all in GarageBand. It's an absolute nightmare.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I know, but it's so difficult to do. Like,
I know.
If I've ever sent a song to someone, I've just recorded it on that phone and sent
Yeah.
it. Then you just build it up. Like if you have an idea of a song, the best thing you can do, especially as a band, just have the bare minimum and then let everyone else write their little bits to it.
Yeah.
Like just
You've got to-
pull piece by piece.
Yeah.
So.
Then you
That's
find-
usually how we do it
Yeah,
anyway.
because then
Yeah.
you find you get, because each person has a little bit of a different take on what they think that should sound like. It gives you a bit of a unique sound.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we usually write our stuff. But then early on, when we were still trying to figure out how to do stuff, when we were doing it just meant everyone had a solo, so all our songs were 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
Well, they
But,
write it, I just put drums on the end. So.
Yeah.
As long as it's in time, we might.
But it is good. It's good though, because all of us have a really different idea when it comes to songs. Because I mean, with me, you and Jacob had a little demo for the one that I'd written, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was like a really slow one at first, and you changed it up loads.
It's turning a bit of a Fratelli's song, didn't it?
Yeah, it's really I really like it now. But it is good because everyone else just sort of adds their own idea to it, and it's really helpful because I'm just getting into it as well. So yeah.
That's cool. It's a good way to like ease yourself in.
Yeah.
Is that the song you're going to play for us at the end? You got
Yeah.
one in mind?
Fly
I
away.
think Fly Away is the one that we're going to play at the end.
Yeah. Cool. Before we do that, obviously with this potentially being out 16th of July, have you got any gigs you want to push and promote?
By the time it's not confirmed.
We've got
there's the
we got one
next
confirmed.
month,
Yeah.
the 28th
Manchester.
of...
That's this month.
Is this month now?
Oh, it's July now, isn't it?
Oh God. Yeah, we've got
27
one.
We'll wait for them to properly email us back first.
Yeah.
Might
we
be
might
Manchester.
we might be in
Might
Manchester
be,
in
maybe.
July.
Going down
Um,
Manchester.
It's near enough there.
Yeah, it's furthest away we've gone as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a festival or is that like a sports
Uh,
or
just-
headline?
Breaking
gig.
Sound
Yeah.
just sent us an email trying to get us to play in London. We figured we actually just can't afford it,
Yeah.
so we played in Manchester
Because we
instead.
Bankrupted.
Do you do you all drive or is it like
Yeah,
Everyone drives.
one person takes one big van?
Everyone but Tom.
Four of us can drive, only three of us do drive.
Hoping that wouldn't come up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The one person you need a car because you've got all the drums and stuff. Yeah.
He lives the furthest away as well.
Yeah. He's the passenger princess of the
Oh, you love it, don't lie.
Just skips all the good
The
songs.
DJ, yeah.
Whoa. My music taste is mint. Shush.
What do you reckon's your number one Spotify wrapped up song of the year so far?
So far this year, probably Johnny and Mary by Robert Palmer. I don't know if you know. My mate showed us it before, and I absolutely love that song.
Yeah.
It's just really like it gets in your head so much, and it's so catchy. I love it. Either that or Flattered by the Fratellis.
That's a really good song.
Class, I don't know.
I wouldn't
I'm
have to
thinking.
guess what
I'm
mine
trying
was.
to think what mine now.
I think there's a band in Sheffield called Pretty Ugly. I think they sent me a message like ages ago telling me to just go and listen to the single. Oh, alright. Listen to it. It's called Elvis and it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's just been like on repeat while I've been at work. So
So that does work.
on the very, on like the very slim chance that they're watching, you've made a really good song. I like it.
And the slimmer chance the Fratellis are watching. You've also
Slim chance. Yeah. Mint, cool. I think that's pretty much wrapped up for Pod.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else you want to chat on?
I think we've covered most of the stuff. Haven't we?
Is there anything else you guys want to push and promote?
Listen to Flyway.
yeah.
Yeah. Be out
Listen
by
to
now, right?
Spotify, everything.
Yeah.
Listen to everything.
What are your social tags for people to drop you a follow after this?
At hightide.official_ for Instagram. I think the page is just called High Tide on Facebook and it's just our logo.
Got TikTok as well now.
What's that called?
Same as them all.
Yeah,
They're all
same as the
same.
Insta.
They're all the same.
Oh, right.
Oh, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And if you want to get in touch with us by email, hightide.officialband
Once
at
again, if the Fratellis are
gmail.com.
listening.
Mint. Well, thank you very much for coming on, guys.
No, thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thank
having
you,
us.
thank you for having us.
I've loved this. First ever podcast.
If anyone's watching this that hasn't followed us yet, we are at Off the Stage UK on all socials, at Off the Stage 2 on Twitter, which we don't really use. Drop us a follow. Instagram, we always advertise who's next on the pod so that you get a chance to ask questions, get your say on what you want to know. And that's pretty much it. We've got nothing else to promote, have we?
Not at the moment. no.
16th of July. I haven't confirmed it. It's getting mastered on Wednesday, but I should have my next single out on the 26th of July. Dance in the Rain might be out. Who knows? Hopefully I've announced it by then.
My song actually might be out.
Stop releasing on the same day as me.
Not that day. I'm going to be in the stands the week before,
Okay, 19th of July.
21st.
the week off, but the Monday.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've just made
Enough about us. Thank you very much for coming along, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy the song. We'll see you in the next bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
One,
Two, three,
I saw the old shops today, the owners didn't pay, and now it's all gone away. I think about the past and wonder if our stories last, or do they just fade?